This potentially was one hell of a deal. So I managed to pick up this Doogee T30s tablet off Amazon for just 120 quid, reduced down from 150. And at the time of buying this tablet, they did have an offer on picking up this free wallet case with built-in Bluetooth keyboard worth 30 quid for absolutely nothing. So I got both of these for just 120 quid. Now, of course, with a brand like Doogee, there is obviously people being a bit apprehensive, not being familiar with the name. And of course, they don't always have the best record of having timely software updates and regular software updates. But I'm just going to unbox both of these, see what they're like out of the box. And if you're not someone that is that bothered by having the most up-to-date software, this could be a great package for you. So I'm just going to unbox it now. And if you're interested in seeing more deals that I tend to pick up, I do pick up quite good deals quite often. Subscribe to the channel. Let's unbox it. Okay, so let's first do the keyboard. Like I said, this is normally a 30 quid keyboard that came for absolutely nothing with the T30s tablet, which makes this quite a compelling deal if you're after a budget tablet. Let's have a look. So there is cover of it, and then we'll just take these bits out there. So that actually feels quite nice. Feels nice and premium actually. And then of course you've got the keys, which feel nice as well. And then you've got your connectors there. So that's the keyboard. Of course, can't really do anything with that at the moment. But here is the Doogee T30s tablet. So let's just whip her on out of the box and see what she's like. So there is the tablet on top. I'll just set that aside just for a second, just so we can see what else is in the box. You get a little packet here. Well, I say little packet, a big packet with your charging brick, which is rated at just 10 watts. And then your USB-A to USB-C charging cable. And then there's nothing else in the box except for some paperwork inside there. So this is what you're all curious to see, is the T30s tablet. There was available in either black, this grey, or a light blue colour. I kind of wish I got the black, but for some reason at the time they didn't have the deal on the black model. I would have definitely preferred the black, but there we go. So on the right of the tablet, you've got your volume buttons and your power button. 13 megapixel rear camera and likely a depth camera, and then your LED flash. Nothing apart from your connectors for the keyboard on the left, and then on the bottom you've got your speaker grills, SIM tray, as it can be used for data, your USB-C charging port and 3.5mm headphone jack, and there's some speakers at the top, so you get a nice stereo speaker setup on the T30s, and you do get a inbuilt screen protector out of the box. And a vibration motor in the tablet as well, which isn't the most common thing in tablets. You don't always get a vibration motor in there for notifications and stuff, but you do on this model here. Quite a nice graphic at the start. Apologies for my really bright lights at the top. Right, so here is the Doogee T30s. And we'll just go through the setup process, and then I'll come back once all of that is all done. Okay, so here is the Doogee T30s, a really nice feeling tablet made of brushed aluminium, and then there's a plastic strip that goes up here and of course around the camera housing. But overall, it's a really nice feeling tablet, and I've got it all set up. And here it is. So of course, naturally you get some slightly chunkier bezels around the outside of the display, but that's not really surprising. And then from what you can see, you get a pretty stock version of Android. Now you've got your usual settings menu. I'm not going to go through every single settings menu, but you've just got the usual things. I'll jump into the wallpapers where you can customize and change your wallpaper to your liking, of course. It did come out with that one out of the box, I think, and it didn't look the best, so I swapped it out for that nice green one, which I actually do prefer. And then you've got a few other customization options as well. You can change sort of the color palette of the tablet. And then if you jump back into display, you've got the usual display settings as well: screen timeout, lock screen notifications, adaptive brightness, etc. There is no high refresh rate on the Doogee T30s, it's just a 60 Hz refresh rate. But again, for a bog standard tablet, that isn't too bad, but of course there are other tablets, namely from Honor, that do supply a minimum of a 90 Hz on their cheapest tablets. Now I have loaded up Need for Speed, and I will just do a quick gaming test just to see how the tablet performs. Okay, so here is Need for Speed No Limits. So the T30s comes rocking a Unisoc T606 processor, which of course is very much an entry-level chip. It's not going to give you blazing performance, but with my experience in the past using this processor, I've had no issues really. Obviously apps aren't going to be the quickest to open, but overall performance has been pretty dependable for my everyday use, just doing a bit of social media browsing, the odd light gaming, which I don't tend to do too much, a tiny little bit of photo editing on Canva and stuff like that, but nothing major. But my experience using Need for Speed on the Ucatel OT8, which has the same processor, has been very, very similar to what it is on here. And you do get 6 gigs of RAM on the T30s, and that can be boosted up to 16 gigs using the storage, up to 10 gigs of that storage. Now, if I just grab the Ucatel OT8 in this really nice purple color, and those are the benchmarks for that tablet, which is running the same T606 processor. And then I've also got the new Honor Pad X8A, which I've done an unboxing on as well, so check that out, which uses a Snapdragon 680. So you can see that the T606 is ever so slightly underpowered in comparison to that, if you're interested in the actual numbers. But in everyday use, it's been absolutely fine on both of these tablets. I've got videos on both of these, unboxing videos, so be sure to check those out as well. But yeah, I don't think the T30s is a bad tablet at all. The display is quite nice. And let's just jump into YouTube and we'll do a quick test of the speakers. They come with 4 speakers on the back. On the back. 4 stereo speakers. Pro 2 top-of-the-line flagships from 2021 offered cutting-edge technology, superior performance and unique features. But how much of this is still good in 2024 and which is the best buy? Let's find out. Well, the S21 Ultra and Google Pixel 6 Pro are both made of great materials. Both share a Gorilla Glass front and back with an aluminium frame. The S21 Ultra So check out that video if you're interested in that one. But that's the speakers on the T30s. Overall, I think this is actually a really nice tablet, and for the price that you pay, 120 quid, there's a £30 voucher on Amazon at the moment, so 149 down to 119. I don't think the free keyboard is actually on there now, which is a bit annoying, so I do apologise for potentially getting your hopes up. Hopefully they'll run that promotion again. But speaking of, if I just grab the keyboard, of course you've got your connectors there. So the keyboard is actually powered, of course, by the tablet. So if I can bring up their Notes app. Sorry, it took me a second to find it then. And then with a bit of luck, I will be able to type away. And the travel on the keys are actually quite nice. Subscribe. There we go. So that is just the keyboard on the T30s. Struggling to get it out. So yeah, overall, not a bad little tablet. But subscribe to the channel if you want to see more tablet unboxings like this. I've got a few more on there with the Ucatel OT8, Honor Pad X8A, and then I've got a load of other Honor pads on there as well. And I'll see you in the next one.